it, I'm ready to do it, I can't be afraid now. Put me on the stage now, I'm ready to rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. This time, like the last time, you better get ready.
We are live here from Asbury Park Stadium in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Hello again, everyone. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Corey Hammond. Big Rob Fabian will be joining us a little bit later on the broadcast as his favorite team, the Rahway Shnow Tribe, will be taking on the Vegas Force. The Vegas Force will get the ball first. Right before we went on the air, Corey, the coin toss happened. The Shnow Tribe, who are the away team, won the toss, chose to defer, and we saw in the first game how well that went for the Baltimore Hit Squad. But this team, first time these two teams have ever played each other, but there's a huge rivalry walking into this game, Corey.
Yeah, I mean, when, stuff talks and money walks, and what we've seen is a lot of talk coming into this game, both sides. We were just on the broadcast earlier with Derek Duncan, one of the Nevada representatives for this league, and a great move out there for the A7FL. But one thing he has done is made his social media presence, and specifically the Las Vegas Force social media presence, and called out the Shnow Tribe, who Friday, National Donut Day, guys, National Donut Day, the Vegas Force put an emphasis on the donuts that Shnow Tribe has put up. So we're going to see if they can celebrate here on Donut Weekend, as Force is looking to come in force and bring that real speed style, almost flag football style brand of A7FL offense specifically to Asbury Park, New Jersey. And they're going to be facing a Shnow Tribe team, and there you see Shane Turner with the pretty smooth uniforms, I will say. The Shnow Tribe did get that right this year.
I'm a fan.
It's going to be interesting to see what wrinkles. Both of these teams had plenty of time to talk, but they also had plenty of time to talk amongst themselves and get a plan together for this game. And as tough as those first couple of weeks for the Shnow Tribe were, where they were putting up donuts and allowing 50, 30, 80 points, it's been a different second half of their season, guys. They've come up big against the Animals, and they were able to get that victory in another interdivision matchup against Ohio Covington.
And, the Covington Heist found a way to fall to the Shnow Tribe in the Shnow Tribe formation. We are going to see if the Shnow Tribe formation is going to happen here today and if it's going to pay off for the Rahway Shnow Tribe when we return here on the A7FL playoffs on Stadium. We're going to see if the Rahway Shnow Tribe can stop the Vegas Force, or we're going to be rolling the dice with Vegas. We'll find out as playoff football here on Stadium. For the first time ever on the A7FL Games of the Week, we are in the A7FL playoffs, and a team from Las Vegas is under the bright lights on a beautiful day here in Asbury Park, New Jersey, as the Vegas Force will take on the Rahway Shnow tribe in this cross-country battle here on Stadium Fight and the A7FL YouTube channel. Curtis Jones, aka Pac-Man Jones, the man who has had a bit of a back and forth battle with our own Big Rob Fabian, who will be joining us in just a few moments' time. He has been talking a fair amount of smack on the social media, Corey, and you gotta wonder if this, if Derek Duncan's team, Derek Duncan was talking confident, saying that they were going to win by 18. Do you think the new Pac-Man Jones will be able to
air in between one of the breaks is that he isn't necessarily invested in just one team, but the success of each team in the entire division. One of the things that he approaches the game with is an analytical mind, and I think that one of the reasons that the Force are here today is that thinking man's game that football does become. It is a better attitude to go into a New Jersey out-of-state type of matchup today. Not super confident, as we saw in the Final Four last year, where the California team came out here thinking that California was just going to outclass New Jersey and didn't really come in with a plan, or Florida didn't really come in with a plan and just expected their speed and their athleticism to just dominate the physicality that we see in the A7FL that these newer divisions are getting used to. But what I really like is that Derek was talking about breaking down film, watching what teams do, putting a thinking man's cap on to decide what is the best way to do. And they do also have coaching, which you see on the sideline for the Shnow tribe. They don't necessarily have a coach, but they have a leader and a former champion in Ant Live, former BIC player. So it'll be an interesting matchup as we have the tough, gritty, pound-it type of style that Shnow tribe has kind of adopted here in the second part of the season versus the Vegas Force, who Derek said in the broadcast, they know that they have to bring the physicality here. So getting the ball first, we're going to see what their offensive line can do against a Shnow tribe defensive line that comes with Hashan Fullwood, who is going to tell you that his name is the Hulk. But regardless of what he calls himself, he is a great pass rusher in his own right in this league.
And here we go. The Twitter fingers have ceased. It is time to bring it on Sunday and prove it on the field. Jones will find a way to cut through. Cuts through, gets past one defender. First move makes the most, but we'll get to the 40 after the tackle by number 1, Shane Turner.
Shane Turner with a veteran play there. You know, on that 3-on-1, when you see the first man miss, guys, we're used to seeing guys like Ashanti Worthy and Khalil Green just take that to the crib, but great play here. Shane Turner, awesome open field tackle. And although pretty flashy start to this game for the Force, as we see the huge juke there.
It's a Huss.
And it made one man fall.
And he had number 22, Johnny Grove.
But Shane Turner fighting through the stiff arm, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Force.
And, you know, Corey, we were talking about coaching. This Vegas division, the entire Nevada team really emphasizing coaching. And it's
Willie Briscoe here under center for the Force. This is his A7FL Game of the Week debut as they come out here with a full step.
Play action. Briscoe rolls out to his right. He'll keep it, and he will get pie gouged at the line of scrimmage, and it will be no gain on the play, and it will be 2nd down, and Briscoe
had the tight end on the flag route. He just had to avoid the pressure, so it'll be interesting. There's been a lot of talk, and I think there's going to be a definite fight here on the field, but it's no more talk. It's all action here as the A7FL is coming to you live from Asbury Park. He's got the big man, huge man at the tight end position, and it looks like the Force come out here with a running style similar, with some beef on the line, running style similar to what the Shnow tribe is there to do. Number 50 for the Shnow tribe, RC, longtime linebacker here, former Savage player.
2nd and 10. The handoff, and the big man pushing downfield, gets the 1st down and more, and a big right hook by Vegas, moving it down to the other side of the 45, and it will be 1st and 10.
And there's the physicality that Derek was talking about. Vegas comes with a big offensive formation, and they just pound it right in the middle, and RC misses the tackle there, breaks another tackle here.
And almost getting rear naked choked by number 3 of the Shnow tribe. that was John Alfaro. And on the run, that was Anthony Wilkerson, RTC. He's their version of the D-Train, named after the transit system in Vegas. And that was Derek Duncan talking about him earlier. And and there's a big run down the sideline. Gets brought down inside the 10.
Tariq Flowers. Reek with a great run, and Vegas has shown that they're not here to finesse it.
No, they are here to play A7 football.
And if you're going to come and bring it right to the face with a hard right hook, one and then another after play action on the first play of the game, this is what the U did so effectively in the first game. And as you see here, great cut back to the outside and awesome block here. The Force is here to show that they're not that flag team that I might have wrongly assumed that they were. They're here to make a statement, and on National Donut Weekend, they're almost off the board with putting points up at the 15-yard line.
First and goal at the 10. Here comes the big rush, and the Snow Tribe trying to stop them, but even getting 4 out of that one. Collapsing like a Mediterranean economy were the offensive line of the Force, but able to matriculate some yards was Tariq Flowers, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, this running game is come in force for the Force. And if they're able to keep this up, the Snow Tribe is going to have a tough time, because eventually that play action is going to come, because when you're able to run the ball in the A7FL, you got to bring another man into the box. And if you got 5 in the box, it's nobody up top.
And that's what Derek Duncan was talking about with us earlier, pounding the ball, playing against these defenses, winning the game on the front lines. They are not that speed team that we thought heading into this game. They are playing Northeast-style football with a little bit of a West Coast swag.
And let me tell you, on National Donut Weekend, the boys up front for the Force are no stranger to donuts.
Derek did say that once they establish the run, they're going to drop into a pass right behind the rush. So we may not see it on this drive, but play action called for, tipped, and almost intercepted. And that play broke down really quick.
Hashan Fullwood drops back into coverage from his defensive end position, gets underneath the flat pass, and you know, Willie Briscoe, the quarterback for the Force, wishes he had that one back. He had that flag back in the front pylon of the end zone, a little bit of room, but, you know, he's getting used to that rush. It's coming in real time. So it'll be 3rd and goal. You know, one of the things that Derek was talking about in the first game is you know, in the middle, what I call the meat of the field, the 20 to 20, easy to get yards, but when you condense it into the red zone, there's a lot less space. So on 3rd and goal, this big, beefy lineup isn't necessarily going to mean much if they can't punch it in.
And they did say they had trouble inside the red zone, and moving the pile forward will get about a yard. So it will be 4th and goal, trying to get something inside the 5-yard line. And now, we were talking with Derek Duncan earlier in our first game.
He speaks blasphemous. You take the soccer out of this game, because great first drive for the Force so far, and 2 really great run plays as they were able to get plus 15-yard runs, which those impact runs will add up as time goes on.
And, yeah, this is the thing about the A7FL. It's 4th down. There are no easy points. There are no gimme points. You have to get across the end zone. You have to get across the line.
It's cute to gain yards on your first drive, but if you can't punch it in, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they get that, you know, that stat line where their average yards per rush in between the 20s is going to be above 12 at this point.
And it will be a timeout.
4th and goal. This is where A7FL money is made.
And an interesting call by the Shnow Tribe to call a timeout here.
Well, I think they're starting to talk about on defense what the assignments are, especially on a 4th and goal. If they're going to come out with that big formation, you got to be honest against the rush, but also identify all of the available receivers in the pass. And with a big setup and a big formation, you got to call out those tight ends and those backs out of the backfield.
And you can see the difference there, the Shnow Tribe relying on each other, and then you see the Force with coaches coming out. How important do you think it is that a coaching staff is watching from the sidelines instead of it being a player coach or having it be a team captain?
Sometimes that's great, but the thing is in this league, there's certain guys that have a real good feel for the game, and those feel for the game type guys are better off calling things in the huddle. But as a play caller myself, it also helps if the people responsible on the field, they don't have to worry about what's happening next play, and they can just focus on the play in front of them. As 4th and goal, interesting to see if they come out in that big formation again, because they got to punch it in.
They have to get across the goal line. They have to make something happen here. It is 4th and goal in the first real test for the Vegas Force on national television. You can see the mean mug from the defender. The handoff and tripped up, and they will not cross go. They will not get the $200, and the Shnow Tribe will have 96 yards to get across, though. But a great stop by their defense when it counted. That was number 50 helping with the stop. That's Anthony Arce.
Longtime vet in this league, a linebacker full through his bones. They see Ant live there, number 7. They decide to see if they have enough strength to just punch it in from the 5 and no go against the Shnow. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Shnow Tribe as a pretty good first initial drive. Welcome to the A7FL, but once you get into that red zone,
and there's that seam that gets swallowed up immediately if the blocker, you see him there, number 62. If number 62 is able to step in there in time, and I believe that is Gerald Terrell. And here's the big handoff from the Shnow Tribe, but the Shnow Tribe will get some positive yardage, first down and more.
Darius Pearson, he as a rookie was Rookie of the Year in the A7FL. Seems like a decade ago, and a former Spanktown player as this whole team is. He's the heart and soul of their team, and when he's able to do this in their formation, they know they're going to be running the ball. Everybody knows it's going to be a run, but you see blockers in front of them. Good cut inside, and that is a great block. One of the unsung heroes of this league, Shnow Tribe, has a big-time blocker, number 4.
Antoine Rainey, a.k.a. Baby Head Honcho, got caught on that one and brought down hard. On the run was Pearson, and it will be 2nd down.
No love lost between these two teams, and both of these teams are going to prove that if you're going to win this game, it's going to be a tough guy matchup. And as they go in the Shnow Tribe formation, you got Dro in the backfield on his right looking to get the lead block, and it's just forward momentum, get the yardage. I personally, Matt, I dislike this style of football, but you know what? I'm also not a tough guy. You're
a lover, not a fighter.
I play a tough guy when I get hit, but this type of football we're going to see here is Darius Pearson, number 2, is going to rack up the yardage if they're going to have to get a win here. Shane Turner at the quarterback position as they still have a lot of beef in that backfield.
2nd down in the Shnow Tribe formation. The handoff to the big man. It cuts inside. Will get denied the opportunity, and some physical football from the Vegas Force. There's a little bit of smack talk there. Number 14 cooking in the kitchen. That's Charlie Sylvia III, a.k.a. Oos.
Well,
and Darius Pearson. And Vegas. That's what Vegas wants, though. That's what the Vegas Force want. They want the Shnow Tribe on their back foot, because if they get in their own heads, anytime that they fall behind, the Shnow Tribe are not able to answer the call. They were able to against the Heist, but the Heist are a really young, speedy team, and they're not good at playing mind games. This Vegas Force team is all about that, and Silva.
He's got a lot to say here.
And and also the evolution of the Shnow Tribe formation, how they've played with a level of confidence walking into that game with Covington, knowing how that was going to work. There's a complete turnaround or a complete different vibe for this franchise.
Well, and like we said with the U coming into a playoff run 0-0, Shnow Tribe had a lot of struggles early on as the National Donut Day post had shown. But it's been a long time since that 80-0 loss for BIC, and what the Shnow Tribe has found is their identity, which is one of the most important parts of A7FL football.
Play action on 3rd and 3. Rolls out to his left. In trouble. Trying to make something happen. Gets upfield. Gets the first down and more, and brought out a play. That is Shane Turner with the run.
A long and winding way to turn a play action play into a first down, but credit Shane Turner for keeping his head about him, avoiding the pressure, finding some open space, and most important of all, moving the chains. That's the quarterback's job, regardless whether he does it with his arm or his legs.
And you got to wonder if the Shnow Tribe trying to just beat this team into submission, I don't know if that'll work for the Force, because they have to play in Las Vegas conditions. They have to play in the heat. They have to play in the sun, and there you see Shane Turner a little tired there after that run.
Well, one of the things that
the
Shnow Tribe formation does is it keeps the ball moving forward. You don't have those sacks. You don't have those real negative plays. As a look, they're going to go off tackle to the right here.
There's a snap.
No
brought
secret.
Inside, and that will be a gain of about 1.
1-2 yards, not great, but it's not backwards. So on 2nd and 8, you're in a much better position if an incomplete pass, which we've seen constantly on throws from Shnow Tribe this year, would bring up 2nd and 10. But it's also going to set up an eventual play action. And we've seen them against the Covington Heist been able to hit on that, because if you're going to focus solely on the run, number 49, Corin Klein, has shown that he can catch that jump ball.
But look at the size coming off that. That's Rohan Walters, a.k.a. Big Ro. They have the size in terms of height and in width that they really didn't see against the Heist, and a big stop there, and that'll be a gain of about 2. It'll be called down around the 35, 36-yard line.
And it's ugly. This brand of football isn't BIC. It isn't Ashanti Worthy. It isn't Hollywood. But what it is forcing a 3rd and about 6, Matt.
Yeah.
So if they're playing 4-down football and they keep getting 3 yards a pop, the math just tells you that they're eventually going to get the 10 that they need in the 4 downs. So it's not my favorite brand. But when the Shnow Tribe is looking at what they do and they're run by a professional football player, Dawkins, a Buffalo Bill, and he's an offensive lineman, it just goes to show you that if you just push and push and push, eventually you're going to find the seam, and it's better than going backwards.
And it looks like they'll be sending about 5 here.
And that's a manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 from the 35 with time. Trying to make something happen. That's Turner. Turner will cut in, and he will be stopped. Will be stifled. He'll get the 1st down, and trying to knock the ball loose with a force, and that's number 13, Anthony Smith, helping with the tackle.
Too many moves. He had the 1st down if he keeps going, but I think he was looking to break it down. Shane Turner, pretty close to getting the 1st down there, but a very conservative move here from Shnow Tribe.
And checking Turner out of the game, it's interesting to see how, and also just
Should've
running
kept
the
going.
ball with, just holding the ball the way he does. That's a very dangerous game.
It's clear that when Turner's back there at quarterback, and the Vegas Force is probably going to catch on to this eventually, he's not looking to throw the ball downfield.
No.
There was guys downfield. I don't think his eyes were on the pass route one time, and it'll be 4th and short. Oh, 1st and 10.
Yeah, they got it the 1st down. They got the 1st down by a decent margin. They got to the 42. They needed to get to the 40.
There's Darius Peterson finding a way to get yardage. He's a pure zone running back, and it's good to see him shine in the Shnow Tribe offensive formation. And this is why Big Rob loves it, because it's featuring the offensive line. It's featuring tough guy football. And what you're seeing is Rahway is methodically just punching it downfield 4, 5, 6 yards at a time. And when Shane Turner's in there at quarterback, he's fast enough to give himself some space, and he's got 2 first down runs on 3rd.
And it'll be 2nd and 4, 3:07 left to go. And you got to wonder if this is what the Shnow Tribe wants. They just want to eat up time, give the Force less opportunities to get on the field, because this has been eating up a monster amount of time. And it will be 2nd and 4, under 3 minutes to play here in the 1st. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Corey Hammond. Set off to the right and immediately brought down. It'll be a gain of 2, but it was a rough 2, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
And he falls forward when he gets positive yardage, which will bring up the manageable 3rd down once again. Number 36, Anthony Wilkerson, RTC, the running back, making a play off the defensive edge there. He's unblocked, which probably a bad move by number 49, Corin Klein. Maybe if you block him, you got a positive play 1st down potential. But Darius Pearson putting in the work on this 1st drive.
Rashad Wilson was looking for an opportunity there, a little bit late to the play, but him and Demario Grace watching on as it'll be 3rd and 2. And it is thick boy season in Asbury Park.
Now, it's interesting. They're trying to mix this up here. Dro is on the right side and wearing number 42. It's Reggie Blocker wearing Dro's jersey on the left side. And it's good idea to follow him as they
And they will not get the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 1. It looks like they'll try to frame it there, but it looks like they were short.
Yeah, they're inches short, but that's just where they want to be. And they're going to go for it again on 4th down. And in the A7FL, that makes sense, especially because their defense showed that in the red zone, they're going to be able to stand up to the running game. But it's a good cutback here, finds a little bit of a seam, and Darius Pearson is just keeping the ball going forward. And great play there again. Rohan Waters.
How do you sketch against that? It'll be 4th and actually 2.
We talked about it 2 weeks ago when we did the chalk talk with this formation. And it's basically you just got to get penetration on your defensive line, and it's a man's game now. You know, on 4th and inches, 4th and 1, look for play action, but that would just be what I do.
And they'll try to push the pile, and they will get the first down and then some. But 21 trying to pull the ball out, and he does. And the whistle will blow, and you got to wonder if Antoine Rainey, baby head honcho, saying, I got that ball. But they will give it to they will say the Shnow Tribe keeps it as of now. Trying to see what the official call is here.
And if you look back on this drive, if they eventually get it closer here, it's taken this whole first quarter, but there's not one play that stands out. You know, there's been a couple of what we would call mid
and the
runs,
whistle
5
didn't
to 7
blow
yards
until the ball came out. The whistle blew after that. So it looks like the Force should have the ball for all intents and purposes.
It depends on what the call is here because it's really tough to reverse a forward progress stop call because the whistle is really tough if they're going, and that's why the Shnow Tribe is going to keep it here as we roll down. End of the first quarter here. Two teams, and just in Vegas fashion, Matt, it's a heavyweight fight so far. A lot of haymakers thrown, just not found that connection yet.
Both of these teams are trying to find distance, trying to create space, and it's eating up time. I'd say it's a 10-9.
A lot of body blows.
A lot of body blows, trying to work through the body here. We're going to take a brief timeout, and on the other side of this, we're going to see how long it takes for the Rahway Shnow Tribe to start knocking on the door. It's nothing at the end of one. The Force trying to stop the Shnow Tribe from melting into this end zone. It is the Shnow Tribe with the ball as we get things going in the second quarter. It's the A7FL playoffs on Stadium and internationally on Fight. The Vegas Force, after a great first drive, were not able to cross into the end zone, Corey Hammond, and now they have seen the Rahway Shnow Tribe just continuously push the ball downfield, and there you see the quarterback, Willie Briscoe, who got into a bit of trouble during that first drive, looking for a little recompense from his defense as it will be 1st and 10 as they switch sides. And in there will be number 1, Shane Turner behind center, playing a little bit more of a traditional setup. And I don't know if this is going to benefit the Shnow Tribe or not on 1st and 10. The snap, play action, Turner. Not a lot of time, rolls out to his right, throws a bomb deep, intercepted by the Force, and after using over 8 minutes of time, the Force get the ball back on an interception, and that is a huge play by Demario Grace.
Well, you said it, Matt. A lot of times people are, there's the back foot.
There it is.
There's the athleticism we see from the West. But, hey, when Shane Turner lines up at quarterback, he's looking for a way to run the ball. And the reason that is because poor design from the pass play there. It's just guys running down the field. Nobody knows where the ball is going to be. Shane Turner is better at running than throwing. and it was a great offensive play for the Force there. Is the first completion, albeit to the other team, as we've seen in the first half. And Snow Tribe knows who they are. This is not who they are. No. And although Corin Klein has made a living in this league, even back to Ryan DePaul's Cardinals days, catching jump balls, this is not what you see here. And you got a guy wide open down the field, number 3 for the Snow Tribe, and Shane Turner misses him because he's more of a wide receiver than he's a quarterback, and the Force have an opportunity to make good on their first drive now.
So Briscoe, play action, the handoff.
And there it is.
Downfield, slip, slide, and Anthony Wilkerson takes you for a ride on the RTC.
And with gas prices where they are. That's a BIC shout out. And it's not cute personally, but as gas prices soar, you got to go public transportation. And RTC is what we were told earlier is Nevada's form. Nevada's form. I'm going to go Nevada probably all game because I can't even get Nick Alamo's name right, who's the Florida head of the Florida division. That's a name. But look, you got the jet sweep here, and this is what happens when you open up the offense. Jet sweep here. Cuts cross, and they're more concerned with the jet than the dive right up the middle of the field and the Force.
A little bit of strategery.
That's a bad move there. That is a bad move there. If you have bulletin board material, Force, if they win, they play BIC.
Yep. So
yeah, it's a little bit early calling out the best team in the league with one play against the Snow Tribe.
But that's why they're
lost
here,
80-0. Well, they are here. And they do want that, and I love wishful thinking, but it'll be
going for one, the rainbow to the corner, and no flag on that one, but the Force will get the lead after a huge run from Anthony Wilkerson, the RTC.
And after a touchdown, that's an extra point attempt from the 5. We're trying to give you the updates in the rule changes that you'll see different from normal football is after a score, extra point, we're punching it in, no soccer players. And
yep. That's the thing that makes the A7FL different. We're a faster game. We're a smarter game. And the Vegas Force are the ones to strike first after a long Rahway Shnow Tribe drive leads them to nothing but an interception. And when we return, the Rahway Shnow Tribe will get the ball. Will this be an opportunity for them to tie this one up? The Cheetah gets the ball when we return. And let's take a ride on the RTC. Derek Duncan walking into the A7FL today, sitting in the booth with us, brought a level of confidence that I've rarely seen from owners of any kind. And you know what? I want to see more of it. I want to see New Orleans step up. I want to see Atlanta. I want to see Houston. I want to see Austin. I want to see San Antonio. I want to see the 305. See if they can bring it into 7-on-7. And if you want to bring the A7FL to your town, if you want to run it back and be like the Force, go to a7fl.com/owners. That's a7fl.com/owners. 6-0 to score, the Vegas Force in the lead after a big run back by RTC. And now Corey Hammond, as Rob Fabian joins us, missing an all-time drive by the Shnow Tribe, only to be given up after the first play of the second quarter, avoiding the Shnow Tribe formation.
I could hear Rob saying no, as Shane Turner let that ball go.
And Robert Fabian joining us in here, the good doctor, Senator Robert Fabian, and this one being brought in from the inside. From the end zone on the Huss! Gets hit with the Huss!
You trust your speed, kid.
Tyshawn Robinson!
All right.
Gets caught with a barrel roll, got star-foxed at the 6-yard line. And Rob, my friend, good to see you.
Hey, guys, great to be here.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much, guys. I'm old, I'm washed. How is the Vegas Force looking?
Vegas Force looking really good so far.
Yeah. It looks like two teams staring each other in the mirror. And right now, when the Vegas Force went away from that full house backfield, they come on the jet sweep, they open up the field. They're not doing this archaic form of football. Okay. They open up a lane, and public transportation puts on public transportation. Let's buy because gas prices are so high, and RTC finds an easy touchdown. First fireworks of the day, guys.
You have the D train, and the Force have RTC, Anthony Wilkerson.
RTC's really that guy.
And Darius Pearson is going to come back into this Snow Tribe formation that you love, Rob.
And your boy Pac-Man Jones is returning from the end zone. And here comes that full house formation, a variation of the Snow Tribe formation. You see Silva trying to jump off the line smothered, covered, and stacked.
And if the defense for the Force plays that aggressive against the run, then what the Snow Tribe is going to have to do is try to pass out of that formation, because if they're coming downhill off the edge, there's no hesitation for Darius Pearson that he's allowed, because a guy's coming from behind him. And as great as this formation looks when you play it honest, it's not honest football, so the defense isn't going to play honest either.
Right. They don't have to play honest. They can pin their ears back and really go after that.
The tackle by Gianni Breland, a.k.a. Black Child.
And Charlie Siva, number 14, a big man making his presence known. He didn't make the stop there, but the penetration forces Darius Pearson for the hesitation.
And he was the guy who got into the face of the entire Snow Tribe during that first drive, had to be confidently talked to the...
Well, it was just a nice escort. Vegas is used to having those bodyguard types.
Trying to count the cards here with the Snow Tribe formation, and they might have cracked the code, gentlemen, because that's a big tackle, and that is Rashad Wilson with the stop.
I'm seeing a lot of lazy blocking on the Snow Tribe side of things.
They had a 60-yard drive in the first half that got stuffed. They started at their own 5.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Do you think that changed everything?
Well, what they did was they went away from it, put Shane Turner in a bad position, asked him to throw the ball downfield. He threw it to the other team.
Yikes.
Which is usually not the goal in offensive football, as far as I've been taught. I mean, that's just, going back, I'm 35 for the 25 years I've been playing this game.
You can use a little more different seasonings than salt, right, Corey?
You can. Hey, I'm no stranger to adobo, guys. I went with the joke there.
With adobo. Okay, seasoned.
That's his new nickname?
Seasoned.
No.
The snap, in trouble, throws it deep, and that will go to the Snow Tribe side.
That's Devon Kennedy right there. As a wide receiver, when you start putting your hands up before the ball even hits the ground, you're just looking to make a show of your quarterback, and that's a very generous term when talking about Shane Turner.
There's a level of, they are not going for it. They are going to do the 3-on-1 throw-off. I was about to wonder openly.
Yeah, no, they couldn't do that.
There's confidence, guys, and there's been a lot of confidence from Snow Tribe.
Disrespect, too.
Well, and
that would have been complete disrespect to actually go for it.
Yeah, well, they would have been disrespecting themselves, because their offense is 4 yards in a cloud of dust, so 4th and 9, they don't have that play call in their line.
No.
At least with this new offense.
Antoine Rainey who is going to return it here. Baby Head Honcho is the nickname.
Baby Head Honcho.
We got to stop letting these guys give each other their own names, personally.
And that one will go out of play, and it will be called out around the 41-yard line. So when we return here, will the Vegas Force find a way back into the end zone, or will the Rahway Shnow Tribe be able to stop and stifle the West Coast team? We'll find out in this battle of East versus West. Hello, do you like football? Then you should stay here. It's the A7FL Games of the Week. That's Corey Hammond answering that question. I'm joined alongside him and Dr. Senator Robert Fabian joining us here. Rob, you missed a Patterson U display that set them right on the path.
Definitely watched it live. I watched it on Stadium coming in.
It's we again?
It's
we again?
I said I watched it.
I'm just joking. I
didn't say I watched us dominate.
That's true. You didn't say us.
I did catch the game last night as well, fellas.
What are your thoughts
DC
on
Buzz.
Tampa?
I'm not really impressed. I mean, the DC Buzz went. I'm being honest. I got to be honest.
I love the honesty.
The DC Buzz went down there, played with rules that weren't theirs, played in a field that wasn't theirs, with refs that might not have understood everything, and they felt cheated slightly. But you're not supposed to leave it in the refs.
I will say that although the DC Buzz, they put up 38 points, which the Nightcrawlers have to really take inventory on. But that kid Mark Bagway is
he's like that.
He's a real player in this league, and I don't know if the Nightcrawlers are a real team, but the quarterback for their team is definitely real.
Pac-Man Jones will get the ball off the sweep. That's the man, Rob Fabian.
Okay, Pac-Man. Show me something, Pac-Man, because Pac-Man is on Twitter talking spicy.
He has been talking with a lot of cumin. And it'll be second down, the tackle by number 16.
But yeah, the DC Buzz didn't show me anything. They didn't do what I didn't think they could do. We've been in situations like that as players on this team going out of state, and we actually lost a very important game a couple years ago, going out of state, going to PA in a hostile environment, and we lost that as the defending champ. So it's like I've been there before, but the Tampa team should have dominated that team versus what they did. They just won. I don't think they dominated.
Briscoe under center, two wide receivers set, one man set to the right of him. Three on the line, one of them a tight end. Throw, and that one will be overextended, and it will be third down, 3rd and 5. The intended play to James Samuel Jr.
Well, this is a game for Rob, and it's going to be a tough one for me because he goes with the route combination that I love, which is I call it the chair. You got the seam or the streak on the outside, 10-yard out from the slot. It's just no way to cover it, and he has an open man. Just couldn't find the connection, and it wasn't a bad throw, but you'd like to see no pressure. But you'd like to see Willie Briscoe. He's got to get on target here because I think the team that finds their groove in the passing game first or even tries to might find that separation.
Right.
3rd and 5. The snap by Briscoe. Briscoe rolls out. We'll have to go on this bicycle here. It'll be a close call, but brought down around the 36. Might be spotted at the 35 where the yard marker is. It's either 1st and 10 or 4th and 1.
And he goes with the old.
They will not give him the spot.
Goes with the old pump fake. Get the guy in the air.
A little hezzy.
A little hezzy.
Let's see it.
Here it is.
It's a solid hezzy. If he cut to the left a little sooner, he would have gotten the first down.
He would have definitely got.
Well, that's Sean Fullwood, who's a difference maker at the defensive line position against we'll say the median level of competition in the A7FL. So he gets the okey doke on the pump fake, but then he goes back in and makes a play and brings a 4th down.
I just love that you use the word median.
I like
it. It was a solid math term.
Yes.
3 wide receiver set.
My boy Corey
Algebra?
Adobo is like that.
Jones in the slot. Briscoe with number 36. Wilkerson set up to his
Definitely
left.
keying on Jones.
The tight coverage here is asking for a fade, but on 4th and 1, I think the force is gonna
And that'll
He's giving
be
it to
the
okay.
handoff to
There it
RTC.
is. Oh.
And RTC running on time will get to the 30 and a gain of about 6, and it'll be first down for
That's
the Force.
that Lincoln Riley speed sweep look. It spreads out the defense, opens up the zone run up the middle for RTC and public transportation guys on 4th down. Might as well take that bus.
I mean, I like the blocking. The blocking is actually really good. I think one thing I'm really taking from this Vegas Force team is their offensive line is actually better than decent. Like, they're actually pretty good. They're putting hands on people and getting them out the way. I'm a little impressed with that offensive line so far.
And these are players with NFL and high-level experience. We spoke with Derek Duncan, who was sitting in your chair for most of the first game, and he broke down, like, these are super serious players, and they are learning the A7 style. And Briscoe will get a gain of about 1, and he will get to the 29.
I think Briscoe is used to the West Coast version of this A7FL because that pass rush is making him a real happy stepper back there.
Yeah,
Because he's so used to speed off the edge and not full-blown pressure.
Right.
Well, and
it's
it's
different. It's a different kind of pressure. These guys are containing. They're not.
And if you're going to line up as an offense with 2 offensive linemen, you're going to have the free rusher.
Right.
So a quarterback like Mark Diggs for the DC Buzz, for instance, or my slow self, is going to stand in there, deliver the ball, and that's something that you get used to in this league, especially when you have no pads. Stepping into that throw when you got a man coming to change your dental work,
Right.
it's something that I think that Briscoe's getting used to on these first 2 drives.
So he's going down with 2 down linemen, thinking that it's gonna work for him with a running back there.
And they were trying to set up the pass. They were going to establish the run and set up
Yeah,
the pass.
no, there it is.
Pops up!
There it is.
And it's
Oh.
incomplete. And some heads-up play there to save that one by the Force. And that was, I believe, number 22.
So the gentleman that was sitting here is a former NFL player?
He's played pro football.
Okay. And he's the owner.
Yeah, he is the owner of the Nevada division.
So we do know that the owner of the Shnow Tribe is a current NFL
Yes.
player. Okay, that's crazy. What are the odds of that?
Well,
2
if you
NFL
go to a7fl.com/owners, it could be better
Yeah, it is.
odds.
It could be better
Hey,
odds.
Tyrann Matthews
Yeah.
been talking about New Orleans.
Tyrann Matthews saying those boot boys are ready. If
Make
you
it
see the-
happen. Mr. Matthews, make it happen.
Hey, man.
I would love to see a couple former NFL guys play or own teams. That would be amazing.
Well, he's back in New Orleans. He's back home, so we could see that.
Not as
happen.
amazing as this
I just want
4 yards on a cloud of dust game that we've had so far today,
Well,
Rob.
we've seen some big runs. And you see the slot right there. That is, I believe, Jones, Pac-Man Jones, set up in the slot. The handoff.
But this is what we talked about, right? You
And
see, they're running to the
the
outside. My
RTC
goodness.
stays running.
Ooh.
Precariously perched on the
listen.
sideline, gets the first down and more.
Formation a lot of times will dictate where the openings in the defense are, and although the Force haven't shown the ability to complete a pass yet, when they go with that spread offense, it spreads out the
makes them-
defense for
yeah,
Shnow
and
Tribe.
then they have to stay honest with this outside guy. Oh,
There's a hold on RC.
Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, we got to catch those. There's a hold
And there
right
was
there,
a bit,
too.
yeah, there was a hold. There was a hold from the defense.
I mean, hey, the refs are letting those boys play. I can't say anything about
Playoff
that.
football.
It is. So,
And RTC so far has shown that if he's got a head of steam, he's a tough man to bring down.
yeah, it looks like it. I mean, I'm
it
seeing
in.
a lot of, guys losing the edge. I mean, these guys believe in that outside. I don't believe in it. And they're running full steam to the outside.
Well,
and
this is
keeping them
very
honest with
similar to
the
their
spread.
first drive. Force so far have shown that in between the 20s, they're going to gain chunks of yardage, and they did on that long touchdown run.
But they have to be weary. And Pac-Man cuts inside. Pac-Man. Oh, pardon me. I believe that's O-Dog, William Alexander. But Alexander chomping up some yards and gets to the 7. And the Force sideline is lit with that one. I believe that's the coach of the Force, or one of the coaches for the Force.
Ooh, you got 2 guys with that receding hairline dread
Wow.
pulled back thing.
Wow,
hey, I got
bro.
a receding hairline too. I mean, but But, hey, we both thought it was my guy.
I thought it was Pac-Man. I'm about to say, man.
We both thought it was our guy, but you know what?
That's a great run.
They spread out the defense. They make one cut, get upfield, get inside the red zone, inside the 10. It's going to be first and goal, but we've seen Snow Tribe already with a 4-down stop inside the 10.
I do want you to see that their offensive linemen are moving. Like these guys, I'm starting to see that they might be the linchpin, the piece that's making the force an actual force.
And when you have a guy like Rohan Walters, who's 6'5", 270 coming off the
boy.
line.
That's a big boy.
That's not Megatron level, but that's near Megatron level of a human being. And they got the two-back set here.
Yeah, Megatron's 6'7".
Yeah.
That boy's a monster.
Yes, he is.
We'll see him next week in action as the Gators face against the Renegades and brought down with impunity on the sack by the Shnow Tribe.
Story of today's game, guys, is when both of these teams go away from what their identity is, which is
they start to lose it.
They're just not built. They're not built this way, and it's a great pass rush from the Shnow Tribe. And just like we talked,
that's great pressure.
Just an inside pass rush, and when you get pressure up the middle as a quarterback, there's very little you can do unless you're Quattro Huffin. I know that first, second, and third hand.
I mean, that's just a great play by the defensive lineman to get off that block real clean. The offensive lineman had to open his hands up.
Looked like Ruben Pierre there.
Listen, he let it happen.
Briscoe's going to have to make a play here in the pass game. Second and goal, long goal after the sack.
The snap,
they're living and dying with the outside run. I mean, more power too. I guess that really works in the West. I'm guessing that really is the way to go.
And we talked with Derek. They knew that coming out here, playing a New Jersey team in the home of the A7FL, that they were going to have to come and bring a level of physicality, and they have done that.
I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that. But is this the level of physicality? Do you think they'll leave here? Let's say the Vegas Force leave here with a win.
Yes.
They leave here thinking, all right, we know what New Jersey's about.
We're going to be taking a brief timeout. We're going to see if they know if they can answer that question and many more on the other side of this one. With 2 minutes left to go, the Force are going to have to prove they can do it inside the 20s. This is the A7FL Playoffs live on Stadium. We are back here live in Asbury Park, New Jersey, as the Vegas Force look to find their way back inside the end zone. But we want you to find a way to call someone you love and let them know the A7FL's on the air. How do you do that? You do that through our sponsor, Cricket Wireless Ohio, the official mobile phone carrier of the A7FL and our Cincinnati division. The A7FL gives you unlimited moves, just like Cricket Wireless gives you unlimited data, plus a great selection of top brand phones and straightforward service plans. So whether you're in Cincinnati or elsewhere in Ohio, or even across the United States, check out Cricket 5G. Cricket 5G, unlimited talk and text, 5 gigabits of data for only $30 a month. And that is find more at cricketwireless.com. And if you are watching us anywhere but Fight and Stadium, head on over to watchstadium.com in the United States and across the world on Fight TV. Go to Stadium on your local cable or television provider or watchstadium.com. 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Corey Hammond and Big Rob Fabian, as we call the action for you, the Vegas Force and Willie Briscoe looking to make something.
I mean, I'm not impressed with the Force just yet. Still a lot of football left.
The throw caught.
What?
No, that is not caught. Looks like he had a hand on it, but it will be fourth down, 4th and goal after a huge defensive stop by the Shnow Tribe.
That ball was coming with some steam. I just don't know where it was thrown to. It was a pretty good ISO route, it looked like. I'm not sure what route it was. It just kind of looked like it got past the receiver and to bring up 4th and goal.
So I'm going to ask you a question since I missed the first quarter. Is it a lack of receivers to throw to, or is he
well,
just
it's clearly these teams are looking at each other and seeing a lot of similarities in what they do. The Shnow Tribe has developed that identity as we talk about their formation. I think the Force